Welcome back, KTM fans. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my KTM 690. The one that I did the wrap kit on, which you'll see here. And this is my everyday commuter scooter, so I wanted to look really awesome, be different than every other one of them out there, at least in my town. So what wouldn't be complete if I didn't do my rims to make them look like this. So what I've gone and done is, this is my back tire and wheel. All I've gone and done is take the rim and the tire, separate the two, because I have no idea what I'm in for. Because this is a tubeless system and I really don't know anything about it. But KTM's knowledge, if you know anything about a tubeless system, is you got the spokes and then you got the nipples underneath and you got this rubber band. But KTM, it's hard to see, but doesn't just put a rubber band. It's actually built, not built, but it grooves right into the rim. So the rim and this rubber band kind of fit into each other nicely. And what I've started doing is peeling this rubber, I don't know what you want to call it, out from in its little grooves. It might be kind of hard to see, but if you look right here, you can see how far and how much of a pain it is to get that out. So what you do is you stick this in there. I won't do it again because I've already done on this side. So you stick this in like this, as far in this way as you can, pry it out. One of these things, and just do this and pry that out. And once you got that far, you can see how this just, try if I can get it on here. You can see how far it actually fits in there, in that little groove. And you just pull this out all along. Just like so. And you can see from factory, it's lubed up, it's wet. So when they put this in there, see my fingers? They use the wet method. And when I go and put this back together, that's most likely what I'm going to be doing, is using soap and water. I got this half off. You can see here's my air valve. I'll see if I can do this without destroying it. Put that in. Get a better view here. I'm sorry the light isn't very good. I don't have a professional studio. You stick this little flat screwdriver in and try and peel it out. And stick that in there to try and save what you've peeled out. Sorry, my fat fingers are in the way. It was a lot easier on the front rim because I could just pull it this way. But because this is a lot wider, there we go, put that like that. Oh, one more little poke here. It's a pain to get started, but once you do get it started, it's pretty easy to pull it out. And I'm trying my best, believe it or not to put a hole in this, because this is basically like a sealing rim, or seal, like a rubber seal. There we go. Now, put that back there. Now once you got this like this, and you've got a good groove on it, get that way behind, and this out of the groove, the rest is pretty simple. Now I got it. You can see how much of a big lip, and you can see in there how far it actually goes in. Now, this is the easy part. I've got it sitting on my tire just so the rim isn't hitting my basement floor, and just pull this out like so. Just carefully, not pulling too hard, trying not to stretch the rubber, make it out of round, I guess you could say, so it doesn't fit back in there nice. And just keep pulling this along like so. And again, here's the air valve. I've already gone, oh yeah, you can see my lovely labeling. What I've done is I've labeled, I measured it just by fingers. There's 3 different lengths of spoke on this one rim. And I'm pretty sure the front rim will be exactly the same. So what I did was I labeled where my hub goes, and relative to my spokes, relative to the rim. This one spoke here matches up to that KTM right there. This spoke goes right next to my air valve. This spoke lines up with the 9 right here, or sorry, the 6 right here. And then I've got 1 through 31-ish, I think. And I've even labeled this right here. Dot rim side up, meaning this hub goes this way, with this right here, meaning this is up and this is up, because I don't know if it's the same if I flip my hub upside down. So that's just for me, because I'm only painting this half. I'm keeping this half black. This half is going to be orange. So back to this rubber sleeve, I guess we'll call it. Where's my air valve? Where did the air valve go? The reason I'm starting with the air valve is because it sticks through the rim, so you got to get that out first. Sticking my fingers behind and stretching this over top. Just a little at a time, just working along, pulling this out like so. And then this will just pull off. This is that rubber, we'll call it a sleeve. You see where the air valve is built right into it. And you can see where all the, oh pardon me, the spoke screws, nipples, whatever you want to call it, are indented on that rubber sleeve. This is that other rubber sleeve that's also a seal that goes against spoke nipples. We'll call them spoke nipples. Stick your finger in behind because it's stuck to it. Loosen it up. There's the air valve. Slowly pry this over top. Now this is like a rubber, so it's going to be pretty stretchy. And just slide that off. Set that aside. KTM, you could have done a better job. Use something different other than a large Phillips to get these grease or spoke nipples off. You can use a 7mm wrench to get these off, but yeah, it's not impossible. But I think whoever puts this rim back together and does the centering and the straightening and the truing of it is going to use a wrench, because these are pretty soft. They don't strip, but they leave big burrs on them. So I might have to file this off when I go to put this back on.